Hi you guys, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today because we are going to be using our Jeffree Star Cremated palette. I'm so excited to be doing this little like smoky cut crease look for you guys. And yeah, I'm just really excited to show you this palette. Make sure that you guys watch this video all the way through because at the end of it, I will be doing a review of this palette, give you guys my final thoughts on it. And also throughout this makeup look, there are some very specific details and techniques that I'm gonna be using to achieve this specific eye look. I did do things a little bit differently in my technique. So yeah, we'll hop right into the tutorial, guys. I hope you're excited as I am. So we're gonna be diving right in, guys, with this shade right here, Life Insurance, and our Sigma E40 brush. So this is a really big, fluffy blending brush. This is gonna be really good because darker colors are really hard to blend and work with, and we're gonna clean it up anyway and apply black over this transition shade so you don't have to worry about being too clean with this. And I'm just gonna put that Life Insurance all above my crease. As you guys can see, I already did my brows, carved them out and all. And guys, I chose to do my brows like this for a reason. Because we're going to be using a lot of black today, I carved out my brows instead of regular concealer with a white concealer to give it more of like a contrast, you know? And also with the white, I can really elongate where I want my brow to be. So it looks like there's more surface area this way, which is what I want for this look because it's gonna be very almondy and smoked out. So today, we're gonna be using a ton of black. We're gonna be using a lot of this shade Hearse over here. It is a really, really amazing black. So don't be too worried about it, but it is still a black, which means it's gonna be a little bit hard to blend. And there's also gonna be a lot of fallout on your face. So if you are typically someone who does your face makeup beforehand, I would suggest just for this look, because we are gonna clean up the edges to make it a little bit sharper with some sort of remover. And because with black, I mean, there's always gonna be a little bit of fallout on your face and it'll completely ruin it. So just do your eyes before for this look. We're gonna take this shade right over here and we're just gonna apply it right underneath where we put that gray and really just gradually build that up. Now our shape for this, guys, we want to be really elongated. So when you are applying this, just remember the shape that you are trying to make. And I mean, you can already see there's a ton of pigment on here just from that one application, that one layer that I did. Of course, I'm gonna add more and more until I get the pigment that I would like, but just keep in mind the shape you're trying to achieve. And you have to be very careful not to drag that black up too far. If you feel like you need to bring up the color, you can take a clean, like tapered, really small blending brush and just go along in between that black and your transition shade, and it should drag some of that excess product up. Blending out that black should be the most time-consuming part of this process, guys. So if that did take you a while, don't worry about it. Definitely do take your time though, because black is not easy to blend out. Next, I'm gonna be using my Stay Naked by Urban Decay in Pure White. And I'm gonna be using this to cut my crease, kind of. So what I like to do personally, and Y'all can cut your crease however you want, however you're comfortable with. That's totally totes my goats up to you. So I apply concealer to my lid like this. It does not have to be white. And then I just look up like that because I do want a little bit awesome, cool. And then like it should give me a guideline of where I want to cut it because I don't have a whole lot. I don't have hooded eyes, but I don't have a lot going on my lid. So I do like to use this as kind of a guideline to where I can still see the glitter coming through a little bit, but it's not too much where it looks unnatural. And once I've sketched out that just little outline, guys, I'm gonna be taking some cleanser and just a Q-tip. And this is because we're working with black. I usually would just go in with concealer, but I'm just gonna clean up underneath the areas over here so I don't get too much of that black mixed in there. Once I have cleaned that up to my satisfaction, guys, I'm going in and I just use a flat tip brush to apply this concealer. It's actually like a face paint brush. You can use any flat tip. I'm going back in with that concealer because we did take off of our base. You don't have to use a white one. You can just use a regular one or a primer, and I'm just gonna go along where we cut. Now we're gonna be going in with our glitter on our lid, guys. We're gonna be using our shade Pallbearer right over here and our Morphe JH41 brush. And I'm just kind of packing this all over my lid. Get that up there. Remember when I said in the intro that there are going to be a few things in here that is really going to make this look pop. It is going to definitely set it apart, and that is what makes it as beautiful as it is. I'm going in with this shade Diamond Ashes using my same 41 brush, but I'm just gonna be spraying this first with my MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm going to be applying that just right over here, like kind of towards the middle, but a little bit towards my inner corner, and just really make that. You don't have to worry about bringing Pallbearer too far out this way because we are gonna add a little bit more black, and I wouldn't go anywhere further with this Diamond Ashes than like the middle of your eye right over here. The second thing that is going to make this seriously pop is I'm going to actually be going over with my tattoo liner by Kat Von D in that crease that we have, very lightly, very thinly, sharpening that line. If you're not so comfortable using eyeliner, you can use a really tiny, precise angled brush, spray it with some setting spray, MAC Prep and Prime, whatever you have on deck, and dip it into that shade Hearst that we used earlier, and just go over that line, sharpen it up. It's really gonna make a huge difference. To just soften that a little bit, guys, we are going to be using an angled brush, dipping into this shade Hearst, or you can just like blend it out without any more product if you wanted. I'm using my Sigma E65. So this is where it's going to get a little bit messy, guys. I'm going to be using this shade Hearst right over here, and my MAC 219S. This is what I use to apply the initial black, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. And I'm just gonna be applying this to my outer corner over here, bringing it all the way up and a little bit in so we get kind of a wing look, if you guys know what I mean. Okay guys, so as you can see, I kind of created a little like wing thing going on with my cut crease. I'm gonna be taking my angled brush, my Sigma E65, and I'm just gonna be very gently making that a little bit more dramatic on my lash line. Just being like a little bit more careful with the angled brush. And if you think that you added too much glitter over here and you're getting a lot of glitter underneath your black, that's no problem. You can just, before you start, take some cleanser, take a Q-tip, clean up this little area over here, apply some more concealer, and then start on that fresh base. Now guys, to sharpen this up, you can either use a makeup remover, a wipe, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I'm just using my cleanser and a little cotton swab thing. And we're just going to swipe this like a wing, like that. And also guys, just in case, I'm gonna recommend going over your face with this just to get off any fallout that might have gotten onto your cheeks or anything before you start with your face makeup. So I usually always do my lower lash line after we put our face on, but because we are using dark colors, I am going to be doing that now. I'm going to be using in this shade right here, Grave Digger, and my Sigma E30. This is just a pencil brush. You guys can use any pencil brush, and I'm going to be dragging that all along my lower lash. After applying that, guys, you can just clean off any excess with a Q-tip, and I'm going in with just my Victoria Duke black eyeliner. You can use any black eyeliner that you have. I'm just going not only on my lower lash line over here, but also on my top lash line. Okay, so now that that is applied to both of my waterlines, I'm going in with Hearse again, which is that nice black shade we've been using this whole tutorial, and just bringing that very gently, very lightly, closest to my waterline as I can. I'm sure you guys can now tell the big difference in shape in my eyes. This one is obviously much more almondy and fox eye. This one is a little bit more round. That is definitely because of the black liner I put in my up and down waterline. You can absolutely skip that step if you already have almond eyes or really small eyes and you don't want to make them even tighter. If you wanted to, what you could actually do is put in a white liner. That would also look really pretty with this look, and it's going to open up your eyes a little bit more, just brighten them, make them look a little bigger. And guys, just make sure that you are wiping away any of that fallout, going over your face one more time with a cleanser or a makeup wipe to make sure that there's no black on your face before you start your face makeup. I am going to be doing it off camera today. I will be linking up my 2 videos I have on how to cover up your breakouts, which I have a lot of right now, and just regular everyday face makeup. If you guys want to see how I do my face, it's more or less the same in every video, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting because this is already a really long tutorial, and here I am blabbling again. Alright guys, so I threw on some super heavy makeup. I don't normally do my face this heavy, but I wanted to do a little bit heavier today just because this is a super dramatic look, and I am under a lot of studio lights. So if you don't want to do this, if you want to do your face a little bit lighter, you go ahead. I also didn't throw on any falsies, any lashes. I just threw on some mascara because I don't want to cover the work that we did, and my eyelids are already like pretty small as it is. So yeah, I wanted that to show a little bit more. You're more than welcome to put on falsies if you want. You go for it. You rock on, girl. It is time for the review. So I'm giving this thing, this beautiful cremated palette. So I'm giving this thing a solid 9 out of 10. So I want to talk to you guys about, first of all, product performance. So this is really, Jeffree Star is really amazing when it comes to his product performance, because I don't know if you guys can tell, this is not the first time I have used this palette. And so all of these shadows have little stamps on them. I can't even tell you how much I've actually dived into this Hearse shade over here, and it is still, you can still see the stamp in there very visibly. So it's just really good quality. They're packed beautifully. These shadows, there's not a lot of fallout. There is a little bit in the pan, but there was hardly any on my face. And to be honest with you, it was really my fault, because I know that I didn't tap my brushes as maybe good as I should have, just because I was feeling lazy and wanted to like pack on that product, but it ended up just, you know, being lazy and doing something quick like never works out. But it's not a big deal. I just wiped off the fallout. The only reason I'm deducting a point is because of the lack of color variety. So the thing is that this palette is not for everyone. This palette, I don't think every single person could really utilize the shades in here. Granted, it is not geared towards that demographic. This is definitely a palette that is geared more towards advanced makeup artists, or someone who's used to doing their makeup all the time, someone who's really just experienced with eyeshadow and with palettes like this, because there obviously are a lot of grays. It is a gray palette, but there are a lot of undertones to all these grays. The shimmers are really beautiful, but you just need to know, and you need to have that experience to be able to really make this work as well as it really should, because there are some really gorgeous shades in here. That's the only reason why I'm deducting a point, is because it's not for everybody. But also, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say in this review, bro, Jeffree Star does not play around with his packaging. He doesn't play around. Like, if you are looking for something that is just beautiful packaging and the product performance is amazing, Jeffree Star is the one. That's it. The answer is Jeffree Star. His packaging is just so beautiful. Like, look at this. And on the inside, okay, you're gonna see everything, all my lights in the mirror maybe, but all of this is all like marble, and it's so pretty and so nice and so clean. Just really great packaging. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the review. That's the tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I really loved hanging out with you today. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up for me. You're subscribed to my channel, and turn on your notification bells so we don't miss each other next week. Bye.